Okay, so we just finished up graphing the equation of a line. Now we are going to write the equation of a line. And this can be found in sections 4.2 and 4.3. It is titled Writing the Equation of a Line in Slope Intercept form. Okay, and most of you should realize slope intercept form we're very familiar with because we just graphed in it, y equals mx plus b. So it's not new, we're familiar with it. I will tell you this is very short chapter because as a matter of fact, this is Tuesday. We're gonna go over this lesson. Wednesday I have a new lesson. Thursday we're gonna review, and next Tuesday we're gonna take a quiz. So this is a really short chapter, okay? So we're gonna use slope intercept form, which means we're gonna need an M and we're gonna need a B for every problem, okay? Once I can fill in both of these blanks, and this is what we'll do for this entire chapter, once we can fill in both of these blanks, we can write out our answer, okay? So we will start off kind of easy here. This whole chapter starts off easy. What if they tell you M is 3, B is 7? Well, we have both. We have both blanks. We make them blanks. And so we just plug in. You plug the M in for M, the B in for B, and we're done. Okay? Now, keep in mind, a lot of these first ones will be that easy. But they can reword it and say that slope, let me write it right here, slope is -5 and the y-intercept is -1. So slope is -5 and the y-intercept is -1. Well, this one's a little different. Okay, this one just gave us the M and B we plugged in. This one gives us the M and the B, it's just a little bit disguised. We know that slope is represented with M, so we fill in that blank. Y-intercept is B, they gave us that, so we fill in that blank. And again, once we have both blanks, we write out our answer. And that's it. So, will they always make it easy, M and B? No, they may change the wording, and that doesn't change our process. Okay. So let's look at number 3. What if they tell us slope is 3/4 and B is 0? Okay, so now they've kind of intermixed it. Here they gave us M and B, slope and y-intercept. This time they're giving us slope and B. Well, it doesn't change our process. We're going to still find M, and we need B. Well, M. Well, we all know that slope is M. So we plug in our blank here, or plug in our 3/4 in that blank, and B is 0. So now when we write it out, y equals 3/4 x plus 0. But remember, we always simplify things, so this is not our answer. We do not write that plus 0, okay? Our final answer, because we always write our answers simplified, our final answer is y equals 3/4 x. Okay. How about number 4? What if they say the y-intercept is 4 and slope is 0? Let's say they word it that way, okay? All right, so stop here. Whenever slope is 0 or undefined, we don't need to do M and B. No M and B. What you want to refer to when we are told that slope is 0 or undefined, we want to refer to our Hoy-Vux acronym. See, I told you it'd come in handy. It's going to come in handy a lot. So slope is 0. It's a horizontal line, which means it's y equals. Well, our y-intercept is 4, so our answer is just y equals 4, and we're done. Okay? So that's the beginning part of this lesson. We're going to keep going with examples. I'm just going to change up what I give you. So we're still writing the equation of a line. This time it's going to be through the order pair -3, 5, and slope is 2, okay? Well, process doesn't change through this whole chapter. We need M and we need B. Okay, well, it's easy to plug in. Slope is 2. We know M is slope, so we plug that into that blank. But we don't know B. Well, remember, we have y equals mx plus b, right? We have a y from our order pair. We have our m. We have an x from our order pair. So if we know 3 things, we can find 1 unknown. So we're going to do exactly that. Plug 5 in for y, 2 in for m, -3, because that comes from the order pair, for x, plus b. And then we just show our work to solve. So 2 times -3 is -6. To get rid of that -6 to solve for b, we do the opposite, which is add 6. So b equals 11. Once I have that, I can fill in my blank. Once I have both blanks filled in, I can write out my final answer. Okay? So with that being said, let's look at number 6. This time, slope is -3 and contains the order pair -1, -2. Now the difference up here, it said through the order pair, doesn't change just because they change wording. Contains, through, the biggest thing is they're still giving us a point and they're still giving us slope. No matter how you do it or how you look at it, we still need our M blank and our B blank. Slope, as again, we know is M, so we plug that in. And now you're going to plug into y equals mx plus b. Plug the y in for y, the m in for m, the x in for x, and solve for b. Now pause your video and we'll see if we get the same answer. Okay, so you should have plugged -2 in for y, -3 in for m, -1 in for x, and then we leave our plus b. And then once you simplify, you should have gotten b to be -5. Once we have that, we can fill in our blank. And once we have both blanks, we can write out our answer. So -3x minus 5 is our answer. Okay? All right, with that being said, number 7. Write the equation of a line with the order pair 2, 4, and m equals 2. So if you guys haven't picked up already, this chapter is a lot about giving you problems in different forms. Are they giving you all the same information? Yes. They gave us a point and slope, a point and slope, point and slope. So it doesn't matter how they're giving it to you. We go through the same process. So we need our M and our B. Well, the M's easy. It's already there. Okay, we just carry it down. Now, I want you guys to use the y equals mx plus b, plug in your y, your m, your x, and see if we all get the same thing for b. And see, once you get your b, go ahead and fill in the blank and get your final answer. We'll see if we get the same thing, so pause your video. Okay, let's see if we get the same thing. So I plugged my y in for y, my m in, my x in, simplified, and I got b to equal 0. If you did not look at my work, please. Filled in my blank. And remember, it's just y equals 2x because we do not write that plus 0, okay? All right, so moving on, because so far I've been pretty nice to you guys, but what do I love? And what did I say we would have in every lesson? Through the order pair, -5, -1, and slope is 1/2, okay? I'm going to let you guys go ahead and see if you can set it up. So I want you to see your M blank, your B blank, plug into the slopes-intercept formula, and solve for B. You will get fractions. It is okay. If you want to use your calculator, that's fine. I will not be, so I'll follow through step by step and you'll be able to see it. But go ahead and try this one and we'll see if we get the same answer. So pause your video here. Okay, so make sure you set up your M and your blank and your B and your blank. And your M you could go ahead and plug in. And then to solve for B, I plug the Y in for Y, the M in for M, the X in for X. So to simplify this, remember my philosophy, if one's a fraction, we make them all a fraction. Multiplying, we multiply straight across, so that's where I got -5/2 because I multiplied straight across. To move the -5/2 to the other side, we add 5/2. Again, I kept with if one's a fraction, I made them both a fraction. Because to add, subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. Well, a common denominator between 1 and 2 will be 2. So I don't need to change this one, but I have to change this one. So I'm changing it to a 2. Well, what do I multiply 1 by to get to 2? Well, 2 times -1 gives us -2. So now I have -2/2 plus 5/2 is 3/2. So that's how I got the B. Once I found B, I plugged it in over here. And as always, once I have M and B, I can write out my answer, okay? All right, this one you guys are gonna try all on your own. I'm just gonna write it out. So this time it contains, so changing the wording a little bit, -2(1), and M equals -1/3. So pause your video. Try this problem all the way from beginning to end, and we'll see if we get the same answer. All right, so let's see if we got the same answer. I plugged in, well, I did my M and my B blank, plugged my M in, and then plugged Y in for Y, M in for M, X in for X. You don't have to write the slope-intercept formula every time. I just did it there for a while to get used to what we were plugging into. So once you simplify, again, and one's a fraction, I made them both a fraction. We multiply straight across, so that gives us 2/3. Subtract 2/3. Again, 1 minus 2/3, I need a common denominator, which I use 3. To get from 1 to 3, I multiply by 3, so I multiply the top by the same. And then 3/3 minus 2/3 is 1/3. And I plugged that in here. Once I have both blanks filled in, I can write out my answer, okay? All right, number 10. What if number 10 is through -6/3 and slope equals 0? Remember what I said before? Anytime slope is 0 undefined, we are going to refer to our acronym. We don't do any M blank, B blank if slope is 0 undefined. So if slope is 0, it means it's Y equals. What does Y equal? 3. And that's it. No work to show if slope is 0 or slope is undefined. All right, last one. What if it contains 3, -5, and has an undefined slope? Okay, so similar to this one, if slope is 0 or slope is ever undefined, we refer to our acronym. So if slope's undefined, it means it's x equal. And this one would be x equals, well, maybe if I can write here. X equals 3. It's not a great 3, but it works. So one of the biggest things is make sure on this homework, they're going to give it to you in all different formats. So they may say contains an ordered pair, through an ordered pair, M equals, or slope equals, or is undefined slope. they'll give it to you in all different formats. You just have to keep with the same process, and that we need to name M and B each blank. Once you fill in both blanks, you can write out your final answer and you're done. Please let me know if you have any questions.